A little bit of help when it comes to the area of retirement. It's Chris Hogan. He's authored the new book, Retire Inspired. And first, I want to say it's okay if there's a Tennessee Titan man in the building right now because he's from Nashville and we're all about the Panthers right now. Just to let you off the hook, it's okay that you're in our presence.
Well, I appreciate you forgiving me and allowing me to be here with you. I know the Panthers are going to do their job this weekend. Looking forward to it. And thank you guys for having me here.
Okay, Chris Hogan, you have the most amazing voice ever.
And that's something.
Thank you.
We're going to step aside.
I know.
When he leaves, he's just going to drop the mic.
I love it. He's a former All-American football player, a Wheel of Fortune contestant, which I'm a little jealous about. You are a bill collector, and then you go to working for Dave Ramsey, who's like so credit card and all that.
It has been a wild ride, but I tell you, as you look back on it and throughout my life and the steps taken, you can see the Lord directing my steps. Nothing was an accident. And so now I have an opportunity to use that experience to now help people to be able to move down the path the right way. And so I'm just so grateful to him. He's blessed me in my life. And now I want other people to have that sense of hope and to understand that where you are is not where you have to end up. You do have an opportunity.
That's so cool. And you're a dad to 3 boys that you chase
Do you
around.
want one of them? There are 3. They keep me busy, but they are 11, 10, and 9, and they are my legacy.
And
they
one
really
of the
are.
one of the things that makes you so relatable is you're no stranger to struggle. Your son Case was diagnosed with Hunter syndrome. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, my little man has a rare genetic disorder. He was diagnosed at age 2. Now, believe it or not, it came from my mother-in-law watching a show called Mystery Diagnosis. She watched the show and she saw a little boy that was diagnosed with this rare disease, and Case had 10 of the 20 symptoms this little boy had. Hurt her heart. It took her 2 weeks before she would tell us. And when she mentioned it to my wife and I, we were like, oh my gosh. So we took him in at age 2 and he was diagnosed with this rare disease. And in the midst of that, you would think that that would be one of the most horrific things that could happen as a parent. And in the midst of it, I would have told you so. On this side of it, I now see. I had some pronoun problems. I was saying to myself, how could this happen to my son? My son, my son. And it was literally like the Lord tapping you on the shoulder, telling me that's my child.
Oh, man.
And I put you in charge of stewarding his life. And so that awareness gives you the opportunity to understand you don't take stuff for granted. You lean on the Lord for the strength. And you don't get confused anymore. And now I have perspective. And so I got knocked down, but we got up. And we're staying up. And we have reached out. My wife is an incredible rock star. She reaches out to other parents that are dealing with this all across the world. And so through Case's situation, she's been able to minister to other families and to guide them. And it has been a journey. And I'm looking forward to where the Lord takes us next.
I'm sure a medical issue like that could have wiped out your retirement fund.
That medical issue was very expensive. His infusion costs around $11,000 a week. And so as you step back and you look at this, yes, ma'am, it could. And I've met people that have dealt with some tough situations, but walking through things and looking at it and you get your priorities straight, when you have to take care of things. And there are other people out there dealing with those medical challenges. And so it's really important for people to understand their options and don't go it alone.
We're talking to Chris Hogan. That's who you're hearing from. The book is Retire Inspired. So we're going to dive in a little bit about retirement that's in your life. But I'm really curious. Just had the big lottery, the Powerball. People were dreaming for this escape of winning $1.5 billion. They spend buku bucks. I'm pretty sure some people just didn't spend the $2.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I mean, come on. You and I know people caught Powerball fever.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing that scares me is how many bills didn't get paid? How many mortgage payments were skipped at the hope of hitting this thing? And I think it taps into something. Our desire to have hope. We all want to hope for better, but the fairy's not going to show up and just take care of things. We've got to work. And I think a lot of people woke up with the Powerball hangover the next day. And so now it's a matter of acknowledging where do we go from here? And I think it goes back to having a plan, understanding that I've got to do some things. The only way to get better is to try harder.
There's one thing that my son-in-law was thinking about, and he said to us over the weekend, he said, you know what? The stock market is tanking so bad, I just want to go and pull out my 401k.
Listen to me. So many people have felt that way. And what I want people to understand is, number one, don't do that. Okay, don't pull money out, because when you do, you're only going to get about 50% of what you pull out. So if he had 50 and he wanted to pull it out, he was only going to end up with 25, because they're going to hold almost 50% back in taxes. And then you tap Uncle Sam on the shoulder and say, hey, I'm going to pay you more taxes in April. And so I don't want people to do that. I want them to understand this about the market. It's like riding a roller coaster. It's going to go down, but it's also going to go up. And what I want you to do is to have a long-range plan. Don't get riled up with the TV and the talking heads telling you about the S&P and the Dow Jones. Stay focused and have a long-range plan. Get out of debt, invest, and know what you're investing in for the long haul.
I love what you say in your book. A dream without a plan isn't really a dream at all. It's a wish. The problem with a wish is that it doesn't require any action. A wish requires no follow through, no discipline, and no action on your part at all. Wishes are as good as giving up. If you're going to have a real dream, you need a real plan. So how do we get the plan?
Well, I think it's one of those things where I want people to want better. And I think anyone that's a parent wants better, not only for themselves, but more importantly for their kids. And so here's what I want people to do. I want them to sit down and understand, what do you want retirement to look like? Because it's not the end. If you do it right, you're going to have more of two things than you've ever had in your life. You're going to have more time and more money. So I want people to look at their budget. You know, I mean, some people break out into hives when they hear the word budget, but I want you to look at it as a cash flow plan. I want you to tell money where to go and when it's allowed to leave you. And then I want you to get yourself out of debt. Get out of debt. Debt is a thief. It steals from your dreams. Credit cards, car loans, all those things. Get out of that and then start investing. I want people to put 15% of their income into investments, pre-tax, 401ks, or Roth type investments, and let it sit and grow.
Okay, I could sit here and listen to him for hours.
I know.
Chris Hogan, you're amazing.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, he even said earlier he might do a half marathon. You're thinking about it.
Yeah, you just put me out there, buddy.
I know.
I'm in now.
Well,
My
you know,
wife
the
heard
only
that.
way I can get
My
you to
wife
commit.
heard that. I'm in. I'm in.
So I'm into the health thing, so I'm thinking, hey, you know what? Now I need some, inspiration. I think
Well,
I'll
you've
join
done 9 of them, so you're going to have
Yeah.
to coach me. So I'm going to call you.
Okay, you're in, man.
Thank you, buddy.
We're in. Chris Hogan. The book is Retire Inspired. Has a book signing tonight at Barnes & Noble. That's in Greenville, right on Woodruff Road. You know the what is it, Green Ridge?
Shops at Greenridge.
Shops at Green Ridge. That's where it is. And then tomorrow at New Springs Church in Anderson for Retire Inspired event. That sounds like it's going to be a blast.
It is going to be fun. We're going to spend time unpacking all the things I have in the book. People are going to walk out of the event with a plan. And they come and they expect it to be retirement. It's going to be all dry and all serious. We're going to hit some stuff. We're going to have fun. I love to laugh. And I think when people laugh, they can learn. And we're going to have a blast. So I'd love to have them out. And also at the book signing, I'm going to give away $2,000. $2,000 at the book signing. No purchase necessary, but you do have to be present to win.
Look at that.
Cool.
Okay. I'm just going to win it, so hand it over. It's Chris Hogan.
I love his confidence.
Right? You can find out more about that online at hisradio.com and check out the His Radio TV app later because you'll see this interview right there.